app. My name is Anu.
I'm Mustafa.
This is Alex, and I'm Samaya.
And basically, we're all undergraduate students from McMaster University. How many of you remember being in college or university? How many of you remember having a hard time focusing in class sometimes? So basically, this app, you can pass it on to Mustafa to explain how this app will combat that.
Okay, so Minderva is a Q&A app where students can ask their questions, answer someone else's questions, or they can rate someone else's answers. And by doing all these three, you're obviously participating in class, which is what professors want. And with future development, we were thinking you could actually rate the course or the professor so that the dean or someone higher can actually look at this course and say, oh, is this course doing good or bad?
So what problem does this app actually solve? Over the weekend, we went around campus and surveyed over 150 students. We found out that over 75% of students tend to zone out and lose concentration in class. Josh said that sometimes he gets so lost in all the equations that he just gives up. We also found out that over 80% of students use class time to check Facebook, Twitter, and other social media apps. Furthermore, almost 75% of students are hesitant to ask questions during class. Michelle said that this is because of time restraints, while Saba said this is because some profs are discouraging and intimidating.
So in terms of the competition, the number one thing that we're competing against is social media. Hopefully we hope to get rid of social media in the classroom through our app. But in terms of what the university is already using, they're currently involved in iClickers to gauge class participation and Avenue to learn for discussion boards. What our app will do, Minderva will remove both of these. These are both really outdated, they have low participation rates, and students don't like them, and we validated that through our customer research. So our app will compete against these and get rid of them. And this is our business canvas model, as you can see. What's actually different about our app is that it's an education app that we believe students will actually want to use. As it was said in an earlier presentation, we're social beings. Students use social media non-stop, and that's commonly known. This app digitalizes communication, but it does it on an educational level, and that's why it will be successful. In terms of our revenue, we looked at 3 different revenue streams. We don't want a one-trick pony that's going to die out on us. We have the subscription, the 99-cent app. Looking at tuition and textbooks, this is easily absorbed. Compared to the price that we're paying, it's minimal. Also, we are hoping to link to academic journals. Every class has a different academic journal. So there's psych academic journals, resources for business students, all of it's different. If we can link it to the site for a specific class, it will build brand awareness for these journals. Also, we're hoping that the university will sponsor us directly. We got a $3,000 budget by looking at how much they're already paying for services like this. And let me pass it on to the men to continue.
So in terms of challenges, we had a lot of challenges over the last 2 days. One of the main challenges we had was scalability and how to get this app to work on multiple platforms. We were able to overcome this challenge by building a modular-based app that we can integrate to work on web and mobile. We were able to do this using, we were able to evolve, pivot. On Friday they taught us how to pivot, and we were able to change directions instantly and efficiently. So we changed everything. We changed the main idea, we changed the website, the application, we've changed everything. And this is a very small app that you won't be making that much money on it. But as soon as we capture the student market, there's so many things that we can replace, such as the student card. This student card is so easy to integrate into our app. It's a piece of plastic, and which one do you think is more green, this or our app? By the way, this student card costs $30 to every student.
So now, as we continue the presentation, there's going to be a live demo going on in the back. We do have a working app that's currently running. In terms of beyond this competition, in terms of the viability of our app, we've actually had a couple of mentors who have directly approached us and said that they'd like to see this continue and that they will support us in the future. In terms of demand, we really want to see this app grow. Right now we are focusing on academia, but we do believe that training companies and other forums such as survey companies would love the feedback that this app provides. So as you can see, Alex will continue right now with the demo.
Okay, so we just wanted to really show a quick example of our base application. So you saw I just logged in. This is a Game of Thrones reference out there. So right now you see your class list. Pretty much you can see your score and what class is actually active right now. Quickly pull this up, you see a bunch of questions. Questions are debated or distinguished between lecture questions and discussion questions. Oh, are you okay? Okay, so really quick summary. I'll take a bunch of questions here. We'll go with this one. So Frank Underwood, a first student, asked, did anyone get Stephanie McCartney's business card, right? So we'll see the most popular answer. This data is all done data, and pretty much there's a lot more I want to show you, so if you want to come and see more, come by.
I'm walking closer to the judges, guys.
Thank you.
It's a really good presentation, and I'm very curious to hear Dr. Belkier's feedback on this. One of your keys is going to be how are you going to get people to use this and use it with enough momentum that it just takes a life of its own. So what is your plan to really market this?
So one of the interesting things about social media apps is that it really snowballs. When one person uses it, they invite their friends, they talk about it word of mouth. So amongst the students, we don't think we'll have a problem with promoting it. I think our core target that we really need to push it to is the professors. We need to convince the professors that the participation feedback is what they need. One of the mentors here is Dr. Kevin Brown, and when we spoke with him, he said that this would be a great tool for professors to gauge participation. And there's also feedback. So the students either anonymously or openly can provide feedback on the professor. And that was also something he was very interested in because he said that he would want that feedback to know how to improve. We also spoke to TA. There's a video on our YouTube page, which you can find on our website. But we interviewed a TA on campus, and he also said that he really wanted feedback from his students because that was his first time TAing, and he had no idea what was going on and if they were liking what he was doing. So he said he would love an app like this.
I love the fact that you guys use Prezi as well as you actually gamified this app, which is fantastic. I'm curious to know from the professor's side as well as the students. I mean, if you're asking questions and there's anonymous going back and forth, how are you going to participate in the actual class if those questions go off on a tangent, nothing to do with what's going on within the classroom?
We have a feature. I don't think it was actually mentioned in the presentation, which is why I'm glad that you asked. We want to have a feature where you can like the comments. So by double tapping the comment, it can be liked, and that way it can really gauge which questions are the most popular. And this will also develop a score for each student, and the student with the highest score in the end could possibly get a TA position for the next semester. But that's what will allow it to really focus on what answers are correct and what answers are not. Because if an answer is correct, it would be taken to the top of the list.
Also, to cover the anonymous aspect of things, the prof will know who the anonymous person is, so he can facilitate all the answers and make sure that they're correct, they're not wrong.
How we counteract the anonymous part is you actually sign in with your student ID. So like, I don't know if you saw up there, that was my fake student ID, right? There's consequences, right? And the point we're trying to get across is that we're hoping that the students will kind of like vote on what answer, like what questions and answers are actually okay. So like they're kind of going to act as our unofficial moderators by downvoting garbage and then upvoting like good content, something to like how Reddit works, right? Except on a different scale.
As a professor, with the class, the only app I want to see during my class is no app. And because I want to have control over my class. I want to be able to control the discussions that happens directly with me, between the students, ask the questions, and be able to have their focus. And so, how would you convince me that this is going to enhance my teaching and the quality of learning for my students if they were to start to playing around with this app? When in fact I don't know which app they're using, nor can I control it if I open that door.
Have you ever witnessed students too shy to raise their hand and ask a question in your class?
Yes.
This app could solve that because it's they can just look on their phone and you will have access to it. You'll see all the discussion questions along with their student members. So
Again, it's the user experience. My user experience as a professor with their user experience, how is that going to enhance the quality of learning for the whole class? If I were to allow for this to come in and disturb the way I design my class to happen. Again, it is the user experience. You're taking away control from me without guaranteeing how to me that it's actually going to enhance it if I were to allow it.
Just one of the main things I really want to let you know is professors also have the ability to download the app and moderate the comments. They will have extreme control over the class because it will be run by the professor. Just like how Avenue to Learn. Have you used Avenue to Learn?
Yes.
So you control the content there. It's a similar concept, but Alex can
Alright, last comment.
Hey, sorry, to your point, I know what you're saying, like why should you even let this happen, right? But I think that the use of app and stuff like apps like this in class is inevitable. You can't really fight it, but you might as well try to control it in the sense that at least this will work with you. We're trying to make it so like you streamline this process while you're doing the lecture, and then you're taking control of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Not me, you can't fight it, is what they're saying. You can't fight it. Alright, currently, right now we got Squiggly, Rare, and the last one on deck is